Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Report: troubling news on Dallas Cowboys QB Dak Prescott surfaces after practice. The performance of Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott during Wednesday's practice didn't match the rhetoric of Mike McCarthy's praise later in the afternoon. On Wednesday, the Cowboys conducted their final open practice for the media before training camp later this summer. Mandatory minicamp is the final opportunity for Prescott to show the front office how polished he is as his agent tries to negotiate for a contract extension. Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons want new deals from their boss, Jerry Jones. Mike McCarthy said Dak Prescott is looking good at OTAs. Per the Cowboys website, McCarthy said McCarthy was having his best offseason. "I think Doc is having his best offseason program that we've had," McCarthy said. "This atmosphere that we've practiced in with the quarterback and receivers has really hit the mark. I've been very impressed with the quality of work. With the quarterback, when the connection is there in the perimeter realm, and that's been the majority of our physical activity, the connection is better," McCarthy said. "The receivers are playing with more urgency, more reps. The timing is better. The real test will be when we get to training camp." Prescott threw a gift to the Dallas Cowboys defense. However, per observations at Cowboys practice Wednesday by Saad Yousuf with The Athletic, Prescott wasn't as sharp as McCarthy let on. Prescott had a difficult time completing deep passes before settling for short throws during the team's 7-on-7 drill. The final half hour of practice was the most intense, and it began with this period of 7-on-7. Prescott's period began quietly, with deep incompletions intended for Brandon Cooks and Kayvontae Turpin before a tame completion to Jalen Tolbert in the flat. The next time Prescott was up, things got a little more exciting. He completed a 10-yard curl to Cooks before hitting Elliott for a short gain across the middle and finishing off with a pass to Jake Ferguson at the 2-yard line. Following a completion from Trey Lance to Cam Johnson, Prescott talked trash to the defense, even getting in one defender's face. On Prescott's next passing attempt, he threw an interception. Fortunately, he followed that up with a couple of touchdown passes. The celebration was short-lived. With Prescott in command on the next rep, his pass intended for Jalen Brooks was tipped by linebacker Eric Kendricks and picked off by safety Donovan Wilson. The defense popped off as Prescott regrouped the offense. On the next play, Prescott hit Tolbert for a touchdown in the middle of the field. Prescott finished the day with a failure. Prescott was able to lead the offense to a score during the final session of the day, but they were unable to convert a 2-point conversion to beat the defense. Prescott threw a touchdown to a wide-open Tolbert. It set up the offense to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but Prescott's pass to Brooks fell incomplete in the end zone. Prescott will head into the summer break on the losing side, much like he did in January. Hopefully, he will have Lamb back in action for practice in July and August. Lamb has not participated in practice during OTAs as he negotiates for a new deal. Prescott showed some good things on Thursday. However, he made some terrible decisions and could not lead his unit past the defense to win the day. Like the playoffs, Prescott must prove he can win in crunch time if he wants a new deal in Dallas. Cowboys named realistic free agent landing spot for champion RB. The Dallas Cowboys may have room for one more veteran running back on their roster. As suggested by Bleacher Report's Alex Kay, the Cowboys would be a realistic landing spot for free agent running back Cam Akers. The 24-year-old spent the majority of the 2023 season with the Minnesota Vikings after he was traded by the Los Angeles Rams shortly following the start of the season. The argument is simple. The Cowboys are lacking clear-cut options at running back, with Ezekiel Elliott slotted to lead the backfield despite all of his wear and tear over the years. The Dallas Cowboys would make sense as a landing spot for Akers after they declined to select any running backs in the 2024 draft, Kay wrote on June 4th. With a fading Ezekiel Elliott set to lead a backfield that largely lacks promise and experience behind the aging veteran, Akers could potentially take over as Dallas' top option as early as this coming season. Cowboys are lacking viable starting running back ahead of 2024 season. Dallas brought back Elliott and signed veteran back Royce Freeman this offseason. In addition to their 2 veteran free agent signings, they'll also bring back holdovers such as Deuce Vaughn, Rico Dowdle, and Malik Davis. The problem is, neither of the last three backs mentioned has ever served as a full-time starting back. Meanwhile, Elliott is probably on his last legs. He has the most career carries of any active back, with 2,065 attempts, while Freeman has started just one game since the 2019 season. Why Cam Akers could be a worthy option for the Cowboys? While Akers has had an injury-plagued career since entering the league back in 2020, he missed virtually the entire 2021 regular season, and his year ended in 2023 due to a torn Achilles. He previously showed promise as the Rams' starting back. Akers ran for 786 yards and 9 touchdowns on 4.2 yards per carry during the 2022 season. He also served as the Rams' starting back during their championship run at the conclusion of the 2021 season. As Kay mentioned, Akers offers plenty of upside, considering the lack of viable options on the free agency market. The soon-to-be 25-year-old possesses a rare blend of upside and proven ability that no other available free agent running back can offer, Kay explained. He'll be worth a dice roll for any team that can spare a roster spot for a high-ceiling backup. And despite suffering a torn Achilles in Week 9 of last season, he should be ready in time for the season opener this year. Akers' injury history is likely scaring away potential suitors, but he could be a steal on a low-risk veteran minimum contract, Kay wrote. Akers needed only 5 months to get back on the field in 2021, defying the traditional timeline of a full year to recover from an Achilles tear. After going down in early November, he should be able to get himself fully healthy in time for Week 1 this year. While Akers struggled as a complementary back with the Vikings during the 2023 season, he ran for just 138 yards and 3.6 yards per carry in 6 games. He's won a Super Bowl and served as a starting back all before turning 25 years old. During the course of his 4-season career, Akers has run for 1,581 yards and 13 touchdowns on 4.0 yards per carry. Tyler Guyton gets honest about his situation with Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys definitely needed to add some help along the offensive line this offseason, especially at left tackle. Future Hall of Fame left tackle Tyron Smith joined the New York Jets as a free agent earlier this offseason. Jerry Jones made the move to select left tackle Tyler Guyton in the first round with pick number 29 out of Oklahoma. Guyton recently spoke to the Dallas media about how his time with the team is going so far. "I couldn't be in a better situation, honestly," Guyton stated. The fact that the Texas native is so happy about his situation and fired up about his role is a great sign for the franchise. Assuming Jerry Jones can work out the contracts of Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, this team is still a contender. That is why they wanted to address the left tackle position right away in the draft. Head coach Mike McCarthy has been around plenty of talented offensive linemen in his coaching career, but especially at left tackle. Most notably, he drafted eventual 5-time All-Pro left tackle David Bakhtiari in Green Bay back in 2013. Offensive line is a massive piece of the puzzle when it comes to the outcomes of every game. Among their offensive line losses this offseason to go along with Tyron Smith, Dallas also lost center Tyler Biadasz to the rival Commanders, who are now being coached by former defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. The good news is that the team still has All-Pro right guard Zach Martin, veteran right tackle Terrence Steele, and another starter in left guard Tyler Smith back.